quite distraught after the one in. Can't find his place in the flow.
Knees up though. Knees up.
Go away.
That was humor.
Leave it hell alone. Is everybody ready?
Fake laugh.
Set? I know, I'm waiting for you to get the king sack down.
Straight case?
Yep, straight case and straight off case. You'll probably need some extra paper for off case. Or now on separate pads. Who's doing the timing? Is it Ellen? Verbals and hand signals. And hand signals. Can you give me?
Sure. Hold on 1 second. Where'd your cigarette go?
Everybody ready? Like Joe, we are very happy to be participating at this level against such a fine quality team. I am on observation doing right here. Please go to the exponential survival and be someone. He is first representative indicating he cannot evaluate the cause of political oppression and fees. His own topicality offers our brief responding to below. His sponsor was his extension was the own topicality violation. I'm responding down on topicality. On contention 1, he's granting everything. Police and all the arguments against conventional war. On contention 2, his only response is comma of gun evidence. His first argument is conclusionary. My first argument is that is not true. My evidence indicates that you'll have 24-hour consciousness because the detonation of the nuclear weapons is going to cause people to understand how dangerous the world is after the detonation of a nuclear blast. His second argument says the world is a different place, which is exactly what the evidence says. He says within 24 hours you'll have a totally different world. His third argument says overreading the evidence. That's not true. You can read it after the round. It indicates within 24 hours you can have a conscious shift. More importantly, the second piece of evidence, which exists because of from Mr. Dunn, indicates that it's going to equal disarmament. The fog evidence indicates the only way to get disarmament. His fourth argument says only at least going to get the prompt, but he knows the cross-examination how it indicates that it's all humanity. His fifth argument says do not explain why all humanity. The Dunn evidence exclusively assumes all humanity and indicates the people who revolts, not necessarily just the governments. His sixth argument says imperial Nagasaki. My first argument is it was overshadowed by the war, where people will kill them one day, probably they were killed by both nuclear explosions. My next argument is people were uninformed. The nukes that have been top secret during the war, and the majority of people didn't learn about their destructive potential for quite some time. Next argument is survival was not threatened. At the time of the detonation, only U.S. and nuclear weapons, there eventually was and certainly wasn't enough nukes to destroy civilization. Remember, case indicates that humanity after only survival was threatening back to what back that it was not. Next argument was said to disarm anyway under the bulk ban, which almost implemented right after the war. The nuclear weapons and nuclear power would be severely regulated. The only reason was failed to implement it because the U.S. refused to give up its nuclear monopoly. His next two arguments indicate predictive and what is topicality. I will deal with that below. Topicality now, please. He says no condemnation standard. It does not come out of the 1NC. We are allowed to give extra evidence, and more importantly, I'm giving you reasons why the 1NC meets these standards. On the B sub 1 violations, his first argument says nuclear weapons do not equal responsibility for oppression. My first argument is he's confused with the burden of solvency and topicality. He's indicating we have to solve, be topical, which is mixing burdens. We are indicating the terrorist response to nuclear weapons is their detonation, and that is what's justified. My second argument is nuclear weapons do not equal the mechanism for response to political oppression. I think that's rather clear. Our evidence indicates the terrorist response. This two subpoints has a three-pronged definition of response was abusive. My first argument is why it is grammatically precise, which is his standard. My second argument is not an independent violation. It is hinged off the violations below. My third argument is we are flipping because we are more grammatically precise because we are indicating on 3 levels of why our definition is correct. His three subpoints says equals extra topicality. This is not true. We're getting a natural organic advantage. Our warrants do not necessarily have any topical. The impact level, only the link level. That is where we're getting our topicality violations. Where we're getting topicality. His fourth subpoint says do not equal response. Group is A through D subpoints. My first argument only limitation is that it is a conscious response. That's the only argument. My second argument is a direct response to political oppression because the individual taking the action as a response to the oppression that they are perceived as being leveled against by the government. My third argument is these terrorists represent a oppressed disease. Check the 1980 we base terrorist activity to have a number of third world issues or worldwide concerns such as the redistribution of world's food shortages, etc. My next argument is terrorists and the oppressed. Check the 1980 and the minority separatist refugee groups seeking autonomy or equality along with others of various ideological motivations to provide the basis for terrorist equality. My next argument is not say why it is a reaction instead of a response. If you were to articulate a reason why the two are delineated, then you would have a reason to vote negative, but you don't have it at this point. My next argument is aimed at repression. You can never get inside somebody's head. That will mean every case is not topical because we cannot determine whether these actions are consciously in response to political oppression. Opposite standard. My first argument is resolution is only hypothetical, so we don't have to examine anything that's going on today. Second argument is a universal term. God is good. Next argument is this does not apply wholes because you say God is good on across a temporal time zone. Give 17 examples to justify why. Next argument is has started escalatory spiral. Our evidence indicates it is already going out of control. Next argument is cannot evaluate because the one that sees passed. He certainly wants that standard imposed on him. Survivability. Ooh, lots of stuff. Well, maybe I ought to do that too. Please go to Newport Inevitable. Grant, Newport's Inevitable. On the next argument on future weapons, my first argument is cross-polite done. Evidence indicates constant shift. He's not responding to that on case. Second argument, he indicates technology is bad. This reflex position indicates qualitative arms is bad. We are stopping it. Please send done evidence which says we change the way we look at military power and not necessarily just nuclear weapons. My third argument is that terrorist equals nukes. Terrorist nukes equal decrease nukes and increase inspections. All 174. His more plausible terrorist attack, for example, the web out of the city was really would be similar to bring about the spectacular reduction of nuclear arms coupled with worldwide nuclear inspections. Next argument is global disarmament. Focus 78. Relatively small scale threats of accidents or would trigger a nuclear disarmament movement set forward to create for the first time in the nuclear age a generic process of drastic global reform. Rather, this indicates mass movement on the grassroots level. Next argument is only new shock equals change. The 1980, some scientists have actually become resigned to the thought that only nuclear shock may generate change. Next argument is need detonation generate necessary fields. So on the 1980, some nuclear explosion will be necessary to revive the depth of the universe, horror, the consequence of nuclear warfare. Note the 7 is against the spark argument, indicates you're going to change the way people look at military power. Means that I'm going to feed the responses to the flips on spark. Now on survivability. First argument does not say that you will live well. I mean, my evidence indicates you're going to relegate humanity to such a point that it doesn't matter how well, whether you're living or not. My next argument is nuclear war will be a new stone age for survivors. Mr. Harding in 1986. The level of destruction that nuclear war would cause is very high, that remnant human survivors will be reduced to stone age conditions. Next argument is 4.5 tonnage of TNT for everyone, above 1986. Somewhere in the world will be slightly above 4 tons of explosive energy waiting to kill you before 4.5 tons of nuclear death wedge for some person's arsenal with your individual name on it. Your name, Jim. Next argument is given limited exchange results equals mass extinction, second in 1986. In almost every realistic case involving nuclear exchange, the surprise global environmental damage sufficient to cause an extinction would equal to or severe more than the close of the creators are likely. Next argument is food will be scarce after nuclear war. Longer in 1986. The breakdown of the system, the effect of the lethal radiation would make most of the nation's livestock unavailable for food. Next argument is attack on US will kill all. Learning in 1986. 1986 attack on North America will unleash lethal fallout over 5 million square miles or approximately the area of the continental United States. Next argument is supposed to attack terrain would not be used for crops. Learning in 86. Post-attack terrain will be burned and barren vegetation blistered by the unfavorable ultraviolet rays of the sun. Next argument disease will kill anyway. This is learning in 86. Within the first half of the year of the attack, total deaths from all communicable diseases is estimated 20 to 25% of all immediate post-attack population. Next argument plasma fall will be too much for the US to handle. Shell in 85. This is something that we claim the United States to survive a nuclear attack by the Soviet Union, but bear figures on the extent of the blast waves, the thermal press, and the accumulation of local fog taxes hope irrevocably. It gets needed in the survival at least the studies indicate you'll survive afterwards. You'll eventually die by something. Next argument is any use of nukes equals confrontation. Cohen in 1986. Well, of course, when no one heard the first use of nuclear weapons will lead to oh, sorry, I don't want that card. Next argument is ozone will be destroyed after nuclear war. 1986 is estimated by a 90-ton exchange of full force nuclear war, but 40-70% of the world's ozone layer will be destroyed. Next argument is food will be scarce after war. Same source, about 80% of the food processing capacity of the world's ocean is high-risk areas will be destroyed after the war. Similar destruction of the distribution network can be anticipated. Next war is nuclear damage is indescribable. This is 1985. Assumption by targeting weapon performance, further consideration of the degree of warning the effects of the civil events measures and so on. Besides the long-term casualties resulting in the collapse of infrastructure, the health and social systems, and the damage to the ecological system are difficult if not impossible to assess. Next argument is nukes destroy the ozone. Candle 79. There in the atmosphere, the nukes react with destroys it with the ozone. The important layer normally affects food radiation, normally affects radiation. Next argument is destroys immune system. Watch post 83. Ozone protects the earth from the signs of harmful ultraviolet rays that damage the immune system of any survivors. Next argument is equals no life on Earth. NYT in 77. Atmospheric explosions and all nuclear war generates such a stream oxidizing of nitrogen. The ozone layer will be basically eliminated with catastrophic consequences for most life on Earth. Next argument is 1 billion die automatically. We're all up in 85 million. Most 1 billion people in the northern hemisphere were killed already as a result of a massive nuclear exchange between warring superpowers. Next argument survivors will die because of winter. This is possible science in 85. Nuclear blast fires evolved in the latter enhance the amount of solar ultraviolet radiation due to ozone depletion and radioactivity poses a threat to human survivors and other societies. Next argument is effects will global. Thompson destroyed in 86. When taken together could threaten more people globally would be the direct effect of exposure to any large nuclear war. Next argument is world would die. Who in 85? And indicates global consequences of a nuclear war and effects to quite complex and better understood. They happen in a much shorter time scale will have an immediate profound effect on the life environment. We must face global climatic exchanges. There will be no safe haven on a small planet. Next argument equals extinction. Soviet aerospace in 84. After stating the cause of nuclear winter theory before congressional hearing today, declaring the dust and smoke from a U.S. Soviet nuclear exchange block all sunlight for reaching the Earth. And about survival global temperature of 12 degrees could lead to the extinction of mankind. Next argument is 4 degrees destroys cooling. Second 85. I don't want that stuff. I'll go to that later. Next argument is destroy. Next argument is extinction is possible. Article 84, depending on the uncertainty key or atmospheric parameters, there's a potential to export that risk to the southern hemisphere. The extinction of Homo sapiens is a valid scientific reason, no matter how the hyperbole of science fiction novelists. Next argument is the loss of all humans. Taken at 85, the total loss of human agricultural and societal support system, which result in the loss of all humans on Earth, is actually equally among combatant and non-combatant countries alike. No, this is the last card. Next argument is threatened human survival. Shall learn 85. The immediate destruction of a nuclear war would be followed by a worldwide nuclear winter of extreme cost and dark and would threaten the prospects of human survival everywhere on the planet. Next argument is carrying capacity of 500 million. Taken at 85, everyone the law that they clear that they're not predicting human survival after nuclear war. They estimate that no one the rudimentary agriculture is possibly carrying capacity of the planet with suffice for no more than 5 million people. That's how many people you can get if you vote negative. Next argument is few survival. Taken at 85, and if we reduce the living entirely of natural ecosystems as 100 together anticipated generally needed, then our planet could not only support tens of billions. There was no guarantee that many of us would survive. Next argument is vulnerability to survival. Taken at 85, the Earth's human population is much greater vulnerability to the direct effects of nuclear war, especially mediated through the impacts of food productivity and food availability and the direct effects of war itself. Next argument is zero chance to survive. Article 84, there was a real non-zero possibility for there being human survivors in the northern hemisphere. Next argument is half world dead or injured. No, I don't want that card. Next card is immediate, is vital immediate harm. Sure, at 85, the nuclear blast of current. I don't even want that card. Order. I'm going to hold the rest for extension stuff. Folks, we changed the way you look at nuclear power and nuclear use and military use. It's bad, man. I mean, if the price tag you have to pay as a nuclear detonation, you should have that instead of having an all-out nuclear war, which risks a whole lot more. I would remind you that any argument that was cut against our case on the generic level cut higher against Spark, since it's based on the same premise, just at a larger degree. Just remember.
Cool deal. Can I see your third response off the hospitality relay, the LDC card?
Yes, sure. Go ahead and shoot another question while I get it.
Okay.
I will.
Now, You say your response to the initial argument on the
I'm sorry, it's this one. It's the top one.
Okay, your first response off of off of response being reply, answer, reaction is that you are meeting on all three levels, and so you are meeting the precisions. You are more precise.
No, I'm saying my standard indicates. You say that we're bad because we give you 3 levels, which is like somehow unpinnable. I'm telling you that if it indeed is 3 levels of it, and you want us to give you a precise, appropriate definition, then you shouldn't be complaining because the definition has 3 levels. That, to me, indicates grammatical precision. That is the nature of grammatical precision. You wouldn't want to say you have 3 levels, therefore you're wrong.
It seems to me the nature of grammatical precision is that you want to. The reason that dictionaries have multiple meanings is that they want to provide you with the meaning that is what you are, right, or what you are particularly talking about. Response can mean 3 different things, which connote different things. And when you say that you can be all 3, then that doesn't give you like a choice to be one or be the other. You're not advocating that we are this one or this one or this one.
I think we are all 3.
Okay,
I think
you're saying that you are all 3.
Yeah, and I'm giving you the reasons. I didn't mean for this to be something. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but no, my intent wasn't malicious in the 1AC. I wasn't intending to compartmentalize the definition of 3 spaces and say, I occupy this. I was saying these conditions are there. I think we are overlapping onto all 3. I think
okay,
direct
cool. Explain to me the one on the response level.
Oh,
the reply level. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
First level.
Well, okay. Let me see if our definitions are driving on reply. I think reply means to take action against X, and the action has to be germane to X. Does that make sense to you?
Well, the violation, the way I argue it, is that you have to be intending to address.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly. Well, that's exactly.
You have to be intending to address.
Well, that's exactly what I mean. Cool. Okay. Well, their political oppressions they feel imposed upon by the government. For a variety of reasons, counterterrorism policies, they're trying to wipe them out. A lot of bad propaganda. And they take a lot of things to respond to the government. I don't think the fact that it's a larger thing than they normally do when they blow up a bus or something changes the nature of the response setting. It is a response directed to gain attention to their plight. It is a response against those governments that they feel are oppressive. I believe that constitutes a reply, or whatever it is you're forcing us to adhere to.
Because see, my problem is, it seems to me that what that is, it's a. What do they expect to happen?
I don't know, but it's conscious. But just like you said, it's a conscious response.
Now wait, is it intended to redress the situation, or is it intended as a banal reaction?
Yeah, I don't think. Yes. No, I think it's a response. I think it's it's intended to remedy the situation. I'm not saying.
How do you remedy the situation?
Well, because I'm not saying because they know as well as anybody else that one nuclear. They may not know about spark, but they do know that like anything else, one nuclear detonation is not likely to cause the end of the Earth. What they're doing is saying we can't get attention any other way. This is the way we're going to try to force the governments to listen to us. That
you just
is
said
what it is. That is a response.
Y'all have 4 minutes left.
Are you